Hello, everybody. How are you today? Thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Let me know in the comments who you are, where you're from, what's going on with you today. I'm so happy you're here. If you were here last Friday, let's see, this way, you can kind of see my finished foils up there. There it is. I can't ever point the right way. If you were curious how that all came together, it's making me very happy. Hello, Paper Crafters Workshop. Is that Sherry behind the name? If so, hello, hello. Hi, Lee. Hello, hello. Hi, Krista. Hi, Susan. Hi from Georgia. Hi, I'm also from Georgia. Thank you guys for being here. I know there's another live going on today, so it's going to be a small crowd, I'm sure. But if you join me on replay as well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So Sherry, it was a long live, but you can get the gist of it early on. We were just chatting while I worked through swatching my foils. And so I did a little square of the toner paper with the foil. And then I also did, let me get these out. These aren't done yet because I'm going to print some labels to put on them. But Pink and Main carries these little foil swatch cards. And so I was doing these cards. And so now I have them for all my foils. I'm going to put them on a ring. I'm trying to, I don't know if you can kind of see in there, there's all the different foils. And so it turned out really great. I'm really, really happy with the effort. It took me a while. I spent most of Saturday after our live on Friday finishing it up. But again, there you can kind of see it there. It looks really great. So hello, Rosario from the Republic of Panama. Welcome, welcome. All right. So today is Mixed Media Monday. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm making. I have some things here on my desk that I thought I would work through. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my overhead camera and show you what I plan to do today. All right, so here is my pile of goodies. So first of all, let's start with this. So I'm going to work with some of the new products that are coming out on Friday. This is release week at Pink and Main. And so we have our October release coming on Friday. And so this is one of the new products. I think it's so beautiful. It is called Go Wild, and it's these beautiful ornate animals, almost folk art looking. I love that there's some from the forest as well as some wild animals. So, you know, both kinds of wild animals represented. You know what I mean? More like African animals versus American forest animals. So lots of options there. And hello, friend, thinking of you, thank you. And it's your day, go wild. So I just think these are beautiful. You need to see that elephant when he's not upside down. Isn't he pretty? So I think these will be beautiful embossed. I think they'll be beautiful just stamped out in different colors. I might even have to stamp him or one of them with white ink on black cardstock and then do some coloring. I think that would, with colored pencils, I think that would be really fun as well. So I love these, and they do have coordinating dies. There's the dies. So I think I'm going to make some kind of mixed media background and then use this as maybe a focal point on my card. And then this is coming as well, another set of leaves. This is called Leafy Set 3 dies, and there's the outline, and then the shadow and the outline of different types of leaves. So 3 different little sets of leaves there, which is nice. Those are going to be great. I was thinking for my little focal point with one of these animals, I might use some of the smaller ones kind of behind it, is what I was thinking. And then the mixed media part of what I wanted to play with today, let me put those new products to the side. This is not new, this is old. But I wanted to try out the glossy gel. This is the gel paste that Pink and Main carries. And so this is fun. This is a gel, so it dries clear with a glossy finish. And you can add things to it. And sorry, my nails, I didn't fix my nail polish, but whatever, ignore that. So I was going to try adding some glitter to it and doing that. And so I have my beautiful Pink and Main glitters here, the super fine glitter options. That one's a little chunkier. He's in there as well. But anyway, thought I'd try some pretty colors mixed with the gel and put that on a background through a stencil. And I was thinking of using this one. It's called Stained Glass, but I thought this was a kind of a fun pattern that would hopefully kind of go well with those animals. I did pull a couple others out as I was trying to decide what to use today. I love the hearts. This is called Hearts of Plenty. I love that stencil. And I love how big these stencils are, by the way. They're here's my A2 card. So you could put 2 A2s next to each other on the stencil and, you know, do them both at once if you wanted to, or do a whole half sheet. This one is called Basket Stencil. And then this one's really fun too. This is called Cool Cube Stencil. And this one's really fine. So I wasn't sure if having glitter in there, if it would work well. But what I might do with this one is just try some gel and then sprinkle the glitter on afterwards instead of putting the glitter right into the paste. So I might try a few things today. And so with mixed media, I may not finish my final project today, but I might just make a bunch of backgrounds. And then maybe when I come on Wednesday, I can show you what I ended up doing with it and talk through it. Now, another thing that's coming out on Friday is Gold Rush Gold Embossing Powder, which, that's pretty a standard thing to have. I don't know if my glare is even letting you see the gold, but it's actually not something that we had in our line, just a plain gold. We do have the Golden Palace, which is a glitter gold, which is so pretty, but we didn't have just the regular gold powder. So that's coming on Friday. I don't have a label on mine. I just have a little handwritten label. It'll look like this, with Gold Rush on the label once you get the actual product. But I'm glad for that. I was needing a gold, so I'm very happy. And then I pulled out some different cardstocks to try stenciling on. I have our asphalt. I'm drawing a blank on the names. Riverwalk, Evening Clouds, and then this is actually a heavier mixed media type of white paper that I thought I would try on. Okay. So that is the master plan for today. Hello, Mary. Thank you for popping in for a bit. I need to pick some glitters to use. Do you guys have any preference on what I use here? I don't know. I mean, I'm always drawn to the purple. I think I have to try that. I think I might have to try the Ocean Wave. This one is called Orchid. Probably not silver because I'm thinking of doing gold in the end. Espresso is really pretty as well. Pumpkin Spice. Rose gold. I don't even know. Yeah, you can see the colors. Aren't they pretty? Oh, Miss Sherry, who loves green, is saying green. So which one do you like better? Which one do you like better, Sherry? There's emerald and foliage. Do you like the limey green or the emerald green? Which one do you guys think? I was also thinking too, I could do kind of a mixture of colors across one stencil. I'd have to make a couple little piles of color to do that. Raspberry is really pretty too. Oh, these are so pretty. Now, one thing to know as you're collecting different glitters and flocks and embossing powders from Pink and Main is that if it has a white cap on it, it's embossing powder. So, that's one thing some of them have similar names and things, and it's hard to keep track of what's what, but the whites have the embossing powder has white lids. Black, it could be either glitter or flock. They both have black lids, but it's good to keep that in mind, I think. Okay, I have a vote for lime as well, so I'm going to get both out. And then kind of dig in the orange. I might have to do some tangerine as well. Okay. If anyone has strong opinions about these other ones, let me know, but I'm setting these aside for now. Stacked precariously on top of my baskets of Olo markers, in case you're wondering what's happening behind the scenes in my craft room. All right. I have my little mats here. I'm going to do one for mixing on and then one for stenciling on. Let's see here. Let's get organized so you guys can see what I'm doing. Cat hair everywhere. I don't know if you guys could see that pile of cat hair, but that kind of tells you exactly why it's a challenge for me for foiling, because my cat sheds everywhere. But I love him so. Okay. And then the other question will be, and I can cut more cardstock, obviously, but I think some of these are going to look gorgeous on black, right? I could do blue on blue and purple on purple. See how that goes. What should I start with? Ooh, fall colors. Yeah, well, the thing I'm using is not exactly fall, though, really. I mean, it can be, but it's keep in mind, this is what I was thinking of having for my focal point. So it can be kind of anything. I don't know. Hi, Brianne. Thanks for popping in, friend. So do you guys agree with my choice to try out the stained glass stencil? I think it's really pretty. This is, I don't think, a newer stencil. I think this has been around for a little bit. And one thing they were doing for a while there, Michelle, was putting fun edges on the stencils too. So you could use that for something if you wanted to make a little edge with your ink blending, which is kind of fun. All right. Let me go ahead and start with the black, because I think that's going to be exciting and fun. And I'm just gonna try to put that on there somewhat straight. I'm gonna put it on with some tape to hold it in place. And then we'll mix up our gel with our glitter and go from there. And then, oh, another thing I wanted to mention about the glossy gel, since we were talking about foiling, is that this gel, if you wanted to use it through a stencil with a kind of a thin layer, I would think, then once it's dry completely, you can then put it through your Mink with foil and foil on top of the gel. So I could do this gel through the stencil, let it dry completely, and then put some foil on top of it and run it through, and that would be so pretty. So I'm going to have to try that at some point as well. But that is not the master plan for today. I'm going to use my handy dandy Hero Metal palette knife. It does have this little thingy majiggy and that keeps it from drying out, I think. I'm going to try making a couple piles. I don't know how much of this, how far this is going to go. I might be making too much or too little. I don't even know. I also don't really know how quickly it dries. This is my first time working with it. So I'm experimenting here, guys. This is an experiment. I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot of this. Whoa. Oh my gosh. There's going to be a lot of glitter in that. That poured fast, guys. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? So I'm doing a little peek of what's coming in on Friday in the October release. Caitlin, of course, is going to be here Tuesday night and Thursday night, and she'll also be doing some more sneak peeking of things that are coming. So be sure to tune into her if you can. Oh my gosh, so much glitter. What am I even going to do with this mess? I have to get out more gel. I'm going to try to work all that in. That's going to be a very glittered up gel. Yeah, so, and Caitlin did some lives last week as well, where she used the items that are in the new kits, both the Crafty Courtyard and the Stamp of the Month, but those are available separately on Friday when everything releases. So you can check those out for some ideas as well. Oh my gosh, dumping glitter. At least it was here and contained and not like dumped all over me, right? So it could be worse. All right, I get to hear the scrapey sounds of glitter going through a stencil. But basically what I'm doing here is I'm making my own glitter paste by adding glitter to the gel. What did I call it? Glossy gel. All right, so that is the first green. And then I'm going to clean off my palette knife real quick. I should just put this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of these to be my little sacrificial piece of cardstock. And I'm going to scrape up all of this. And I'm just going to smooth it out on here. Because I think when this dries, I could die cut something fun from that. Maybe one of those leaves. Ooh, okay. Ideas are coming. Rather than just wasting all that, right? All that goodness, I might as well spread it out on a piece of cardstock and then I can have like this kind of homemade glitter paper almost. I'm trying to make it smooth, and so I'm going over it a million times here. Okay, so there's that. So we will see how this all looks when it dries. It's new to me. I don't know what we're going to get. It's all a experiment. So I'm sure some of you here in the comments who have been around Pink and Main for a while now know full well what I'm going to get. But I don't. So hello, Peggy. Hello, hello. All right, now let's mix this limey green, which was called foliage, into the paste. And this is not nearly as dense with the glitter. And we'll see. I mean, maybe I want more glitter in it. I don't even know. Because that doesn't even make it that color of the, I'm going to add just a tiny bit more, which means I'm probably going to dump a whole bunch, but we'll see. Oh, this glitter is so pretty, you guys. So, so pretty. And then Pink and Main, right at the factory, I don't know if you know this, at the warehouse in Florida, they take these glitters and they mix them. They mix their own embossing powder right at Pink and Main. So when you get Pink and Main flocks and powders and stuff, it is mixed right there in-house in Florida at their warehouse. So it's pretty cool. So they do custom mixes with whatever they're in the mood for. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this on here. I don't know how quickly this is going to dry, so I'm not sure if we'll get to see anything super right away, or if we're going to just set this aside and move on to one of our next pieces of paper. Okay, I'm going to set that up here out of the way for a second. Let me find my old thing. I also, since I don't know how fast this dries, I don't know how much time I have to clean. Thank you, Sherry. Everyone at Pink and Main is doing well, thankfully, from the hurricane. They had a little bit of water that got in, but nothing that is, unmanageable. So, and they had power back by Friday, so that was great as well. So overall, I'm very thankful that it wasn't much worse for them. Okay. Now, ooh, look at how pretty it is just on the edges. Can you see the design in there? Oh, that's pretty. Now let's see if I got any under the stencil since I went over it so many times. Trying to peel this off without messing up the edges too much. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Love it. Love that I have like this ombre effect going. And I don't know, once this dries, that white of that gel is going to be clear. So it's going to look a lot different once it's dry. So, and this is a good experiment to see very, very heavy glitter versus less glitter in the paste. We'll see how that looks when it dries, but that's so pretty. So let me get my tape off and I'm going to clean up the edges a little bit. I have such a mess already. I don't mind messes from mixed media at all. I love mixed media and I don't mind making a mess. It's just when I'm doing it live, I feel like I shouldn't be as messy as I would be in the privacy of not being live. But so pretty. And my cardstock is bowing a little bit, but once it's dried and I have it glued onto something, it's going to be fine as well. So I'm going to set that to the side. And then I'm going to clean up my stencil before that all dries on there. I didn't get a pan of water, which would have been smart. So we're going to just do the baby wipe thing. Sorry, you have to watch me clean, but I want to keep using the stencil, so I have no choice but to clean in between. Let me put down this paper towel for a second. Because when you clean on a mat like this, first of all, look at the design I just made on it. You guys, I get amused by the funniest things, but look at how fun that is. If that had been paper under there, I could have captured that and used it, But I have glitter everywhere. I think what I'm going to do next, I'm going to try to get as much of this glitter off here as I can. And then I'm going to do one where I just put on the clear gel and then sprinkle the glitter on top of it to see how that looks, how that compares. Okay. The gel is fun, Sherry. I think you do need it. Yeah, if you were doing this, guys, do yourselves a favor and have a pot, a little pan of water that you can put your stencil in, because that glitter does kind of get everywhere. So hopefully it's mostly just glitter sticking to it and I can clean that up after the live. But you know the drill with using pastes and stuff through stencils. You always want to be prepared to clean right away so you don't gunk up your stencils too much. Personally, you should see some of them. Like my Dina Wakley state stencils are covered in acrylic paint and I don't clean them. So, I'm not super worried about cleaning stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't want so much glitter to get in there or paste to get in there that it messes up my stencil. Can you pick it up from the mat by pressing it on paper? I have no idea. We should try that, shouldn't we? Let me grab one of my other little pieces of cardstock here. I don't know if that'll work or not, but it's certainly worth a try. Why not? Look at that. you know, it's not a perfect image, but that's definitely the start of a cool background. So I love that. And I keep a little bin of just like random backgrounds that I've made, and you just never know. Sometimes you might not want to use it as is on a project, but you might want to start with that and add to it, or you might want to die cut from it and get some kind of cool pattern on your die cut, you know? So I love keeping a bin of just things that I might find a use for eventually. Okay, okay. Glitter everywhere, but it's fine. I need to grab my paper towels. Hold on a second here. I am using a baby wipe and not alcohol. I need to kind of dry this to go on to the next. All right, do we want to see sprinkling glitter on top of the gel rather than mixing it in? Is that a good next thing to try? I think I might get another piece of black cardstock just so I can compare them next to each other as well. I'm going to be very glittery tonight. I think once that dries, by the way, with the glitter in the gel, I don't think the glitter will like come off. You know, it's just my cleaning up that I'm getting glitter everywhere on my hands, whatever. But I think once you have that on your cardstock, it's not going to come off. It's going to be trapped in that gel. So you know, if you're sending it to somebody who isn't a fan of getting glitter everywhere, I think you'll be fine. All right, hold on one second, guys. That's big, so I'm going to cut that in half if I can find my trimmer. Here it is. Did you guys hear that? Things are falling everywhere. Ooh, vegetarian potato soup. Can you come over and make my dinner, Lee, please? Okay. So now this time, after all that cleaning up we just did, I'm not even gonna, will I regret my life if I don't tape it? I'll tape it, what the heck. Trying to find a place to make it somewhat straight. Like on that part of the stencil. And after we do this, I can go grab my mixed media little bin of, well, I might have put them in a drawer. I have them all over the place, but I have one little bin that I keep near my desk that I pop things into. And I could go grab that and show you guys if you're at all curious about something like that. So this texture, it's a little looser than like a frosting. It's a little bit runnier than that. And I didn't mix it at all. I don't think I need to. So I've used some gels or some pastes that are a little thicker. And so this is the gel. So it's quite loose. You can kind of see. But it's quite lovely. So it goes fast when you run it over your stencil, especially when it doesn't have that glitter in it. And you definitely don't want to go over it a bunch of times, I don't think, because it feels like, since it's so loose, it could go under your stencil a little bit easier than some other pastes. So light touch. Try not to do it a million times, but I do want to try to smooth it out a little. Don't go over it a million times as I go over it a million times. Okay. Messy, messy. All right, pull this off, and then I want to sprinkle the glitter on it. So this, by the way, would probably be a really cool look. Oh my gosh, I can't decide how I want to do all this. Clean that off a little. Okay, I think this would be cool if I let that dry on its own, because then when it dries, it's going to be a clear gel, you know, clear shine. And so then you'd have kind of a tone on tone look, I think, which could be really cool. But I do want to add the glitter. Maybe I'll only add it in like a few places and then leave the rest to be the clear. Yeah, isn't that a great pattern? I really love this stencil. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off real quick too. But I don't want my other to dry. That's good enough for now. Need my fingers to be dry because I'm going to actually pick this up with my fingers to sprinkle it on. So it's going to be, I'm going to probably have more glitter stuck to me. Okay. Yes, Peggy, I did mention that earlier. I think before you got here, you can foil it after the gel dries. It has to be completely dry. And then you would just put your foil down on it and you would send it through your Mink like normal. So pretty cool. So hopefully I'm going to have a cool little blended overlap where those come together. We'll see. I was going to leave the bottom clear, but maybe I should put like yellow since this is kind of a green to lime green to yellow. Wouldn't that be kind of pretty? Maybe. What do you guys think? Yeah, I got to do it. I think I got to do it. I put press and seal on my mediums usually as well. Since that one has the little lid thingy in it, I'm just leaving that for now. Another thing, I mean, I always say this about all mediums, any brand's mediums, is that they don't last forever. Their shelf life is not infinity. You know, you have to use them or you'll lose them eventually. They're not gonna last forever. So if you have fun things like gels and pastes and whatever else, make sure you're using them. All right, so I have excess on here. I'll tap it as best I can. But once it dries completely, I'll be able to take a brush and brush that off. So that is really pretty as well. And I think that may end up being more of a solid glitter look than actually mixing it with the gel. I don't know. We'll have to see. I need to wait for it to dry completely. But both, oh, I'm kind of not on camera. So this is what we just sprinkled. This is the first one we did where we mixed it right into the gel. So you can't really do the true comparison until they're completely dry, but so far both are looking awfully pretty. Now I have all this and I mixed the three colors together. So I don't want to put those back in jars, obviously, but I do kind of want to save it and maybe do something with a combo glitter. So I'm going to put it in this little triangle thing that I have here and decide later if I want to do something with that or not, because it's a lot of glitter. Kind of made my own mix. There's so much glitter that comes in these little cups that I'm not super worried about wasting it because I don't use colored glitter all that much anyway. So if I can have fun playing with it, but I maybe waste a little, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. As it is, I probably have a lifetime supply of glitter. Yes, where you are, the dryness can definitely impact how fast your pastes and mixed media type of mediums dry out for sure. I'm in a more humid place, so I probably get a little more life out of them. All right, what next? Should we try some purple on purple and blue on blue just to see? It's going to be kind of more of the same, but I think it'll be pretty. Hopefully it'll dry within the course of this live so you guys can see what they look like. I feel like I've made a huge mess. Yeah, unless you spill it. I think you missed it when I spilled it onto my paste earlier, onto my gel. but not too bad, all things considered. I don't think I cleaned that yet either. And just a reminder, if you weren't here at the beginning, I also took my leftovers that I had when I mixed the glitter right with my gel, and I spread it out onto this cardstock. And once it's completely dry, I think I could die cut some things with it. Yes, I do need a Swiffer cloth. That's a good point with all this glitter. All this glitter everywhere. I had a little gel on this little mat, so it's sticking in some places. Wasting a lot of baby wipes today. Should I make one that's just gel and then we could try foiling it later if it dries in time? Okay. Yeah, the cleanup's a little bit, but I don't care. I'm a messy person, so it doesn't bother me as much as I'm sure it does some people. I'm gonna do on white. Before I do on the colored cardstock, I want to do one on white that is a mix of blue and purple because I think that'd be really pretty as well. Dry off my stencil that is all wet from the baby wipe. Oh, saying yes, please, on doing a background to foil. So maybe I'll do that first. What color cardstock do you want me to do that on to foil? Should I do it on white? Should I do it on black? One of the colored? What do you guys think? Hi, Holly. I'm going to wait a second to see if you guys have any opinions on which color cardstock to use to try foiling. Ooh, the gels get moldy, Rosario. I just saw your comment. So yeah, that's another reason to use them. Black, white. Sherry commented first and said black, so I'm going to go with black. Oh, Sherry, I just realized I didn't put in the store, in the retailer group, what I was doing today. Sorry about that. My brain doesn't work. And by the way, if any of you are in Canada, especially, but in general, Paper Crafters Workshop here in the comments is a great store up in Ontario that has all kinds of goodies to buy, and the owner's really awesome. So, okay, I see a little goober in there. Hold on, like from my towel. Okay. And if you follow Sherry, Paper Crafters Workshop on Instagram, on Mondays, Sherry gives some, what would you call it, Sherry? A little motivational quote and talk that I look forward to every Monday with her coffee. She gives some just some fun info to think about. Again, for the foiling, I really want to try to get this as smooth as possible. And again, I've never tried this. I bet Michelle would be much better at it than I am. But we're going to just try it and see what happens. You need it to be kind of all one level, I think, for this especially. You know, actually, Pink and Main also has, which would probably be better for what I'm doing right now. They have one of those bigger scrapers. I think that would probably be the way to go, especially if you're trying to get it really smooth across the whole thing for foiling. I just realized that. And I do have it here somewhere. Monday morning coffee inspirational messages. Yes, just a minute long. It's all good stuff. Oh, Peggy, I'm glad you got your subscription. Fun stuff. Oops. Did I just knock? I think I might have just got gel on my phone. Did you guys, I don't know. I didn't see what happened when I bumped that, if it made you guys dizzy or not, but okay. This one we're going to set aside to let dry. If we don't get it today, this is what I'll continue with on Wednesday as far as trying to foil this and whatnot. I am impressed. This gel is just not going under the stencil. Like sometimes I have problems with that, and it's just doing a really, really great job. I don't know that I got it super smooth that it'll be perfect for foiling, but we'll see. I did just rip my cardstock, but it was on the back, so that's okay. Did it with that tape as well. Right, again, I'm going to just kind of smooth off the edges to get rid of the little nubs that'll be hanging off. Another thing is when I put the foil on this and put it through my Mink, it's going to flatten it a little better as well. But I think the other ones are drying flat. I'm trying to find a place to set this that it'll be safe. Let's try over here. Okay. I don't know, should I try? I'm really loving this stencil, but should I try another stencil as well? Are you guys getting tired of seeing the stained glass? But I do still want to do my blue and purple. Note to self, while live, go through a bunch of different stencils and have water ready to plop these in so people don't have to watch me clean the same stencil 50 million times. Basket weave, please. Okay. Is there a linking edge on that stencil? It's just a design. So, oh, this right here is because, let me grab it in a second, but we carry a little binder that you can put the stencils in. And then the pinking on this side, that is really pinking. Your eyes did not deceive you. On some of the, I don't think she's doing it anymore, maybe. But on some of the stencils, there were edges that you could do. You know, you could have that be a fun little stencil to make a little pinking edge on your project. So it's like getting a little bonus thing from the stencil. So that's what that is. Your eyes were not deceiving you. All right. Clean this up, and I'm going to go get the basket one, and we'll try that one. It's pretty clean. Feels a little sticky, so I think I'm going to have to clean it better. I'm going to go to my sink once this live's done and really give my stencils a good bath after all this. Whoops. But I got most of the stuff off that would be sticking to them, which is the important stuff, like the most of the glitter and everything. All right, so of course I was stacking my things to dry on top of my stack of stencils because I'm foolish that way. So I have to rearrange everything here. And sorry for my squeaky chair, as always. Still haven't tried to fix it. Okay, there's that. That's basket stencil. Krista, since you said basket weave, please, what color on what cardstock would you like to see with this basket? Tell me all the things. Your wish is my command. And of course, I'm using the gel through these stencils, but these stencils are wonderful for just inking through and ink blending on your project. You see, this is a more recent one, Peggy, and it doesn't have the edge like that. It doesn't even actually have the, oh yeah, it does have the place for the binder. And I was going to show you, I don't have anything in mine yet, but this is the little binder that we carry that you could put all your stencils in to store them. So that's a really convenient thing. I need to really know what mine are called, so I haven't transferred them there yet because I need to figure out how to label them. I might put like a Post-it on each one. I don't know. Orange on craft sounds pretty. I like that. Okay, let's do it. That's orange, yeah, tangerine. And should we mix it into the paste, or should we just sprinkle on top? Okay, hold on a second here. paper I have. I'm not sure that this is Pink and Main. This might be, I don't know. This is just some craft cardstock I'm grabbing that I'm not sure which brand it is. So. I also don't know what's the front and back of these, but that's okay. Just want to get it a little bit straight so I don't have a crooked basket weave. Get my tape. Yeah, the binder is very cool. And there's little pockets also that can go right into that binder. So there's lots of fun options for it. Like if you wanted to use the binder, but then have pockets to put things in inside the binder. So there are some good storage options at Pink and Main that you should check out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it where I mix it in again, just because I'm not sure everyone was here at the beginning when I did the first mix-ins. So let me go ahead and do that again. So we saw that you can sprinkle, and plus this is actually, if you don't like the mess, this one was much easier to clean up. Let me scoot up a little. When I sprinkled on top of the gel, that was much messier, right? So if you're not loving the cleanup of the glitter, this is the way to not be quite as messy. I do want to make sure. I think I liked it when I accidentally spilled way too much green because I feel like that made it a lot more vibrant as far as the color in the glitter, I mean in the gel. So. Oh, you know, another thing you can do so that there's less need to add so much into this is you can ink blend first. Let's try that. Actually, I shouldn't have probably done this already, but hopefully that won't dry super, super fast. But let me get some orange ink. Let's see. I just had some. Hold on a sec here. I'm not sure this is a great color to go with the orange I'm using, but we're just going to go for it. This is Rusty Hinge Distress Ink. But if you have a little bit of the color down, I'll do it on half and then we can see the difference. If you have some of the color that you're putting the glitter in down on your cardstock to begin with ink, then it'll show more of the color. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So we'll have both there. Half that I did inking on, and then half that is just going to be the glitter in the gel. And of course, I didn't make enough to do this whole thing. I was thinking of the amount I made earlier, but that was for half a panel of green. Okay, I can almost make it stretch the glitter. Okay. Some of it I kind of dug it out of the hole that I didn't mean to. Okay, so did that make sense what I just did? I may have thought about what I was doing more than saying what I was doing. So once this dries, we'll have to see the difference. First of all, I think adding the ink kind of made that more wet and I got a goober there of stuff oozing out. But up here is where I inked it first and then added the gel. And then down here is just the craft with the gel. So we can see the difference on how it looks after. But can you see how I had some getting under right there? It could also be that my stencil shouldn't have been wet because this is the first I've used the basket weave. Basket weave is pretty cool though, isn't it? I like it. I like how it looks. No, Peggy, I don't use affiliate links. So just go ahead and go to pinkandmain.com and you can order from that. But thank you for asking. All right. There we go. It's curling like mad, but I think once it dries, it kind of flattens itself back out based on the other ones that we've done that I can see in front of me here. Now I have to clean up again. Yeah, the basket weave is fun. Could you tint the gel with reinker, or would that thin it out too much? Krista, I mean, it says on it that you can. No, it maybe doesn't. Let's see. Sprinkle glitter. You can put flock over it as well. I think on the website, it says add color to your gel. I think you can do it. And I think I may have heard someone else say, maybe it was Caitlin in a video, say that it can make it too runny. So if you're going to color it with a reinker, I would say go very, very light with it. You don't want to put too much in there that you're going to water it down too much. And I can show you another way that I color. I tint pastes. I've never tried it with this gel, but I imagine it will also work. So let me do that. Let me clean this up and I'll show you that. And then it'll be going on close to an hour. So we might be done with this live, and then I'll keep working with stuff as far as finishing a card once these all dry. Or maybe I don't even want to. Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I want you guys to be able to see what it looks like once it's dry. So we'll look at this after I do this. We'll look at it to see if it's coming along, if it's dry yet, so that you can see what happens. Just want to clean some of the glitter off my stencil. Clean up my messes, at least a little. This. My little half sheets of craft mat. They've gotten a lot of use, let me tell you. Taking them to trade shows and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, maybe next Monday I should do part 2 on Mixed Media Monday so we can finish that. I think on Wednesday, if you guys want to tune in, I'm going to ask Michelle if it's okay, but I think I'm going to do an overview of all the products from the release, because Friday is when I would normally do that, right on release day, but I'm going to be out of town. So there's not going to be a live on Friday. And so I'd like you guys to be able to have a good overview of all the fun new products. I mean, they're going to be in multiple lives today, and all the ones that Caitlin has been doing. So anyway, so one way that I like to add color to gel, I've never done it with our gel, but I've done it with other pastes in the past, is I take a ink pad. So here's the Pink and Main Lakeside, a really beautiful color of ink. And I just mush that down on a craft mat, any kind of slick surface like that, okay? And then I just take a little bit of my medium and I mix it right with that. Then it's not quite as wet as if you were doing it through, adding reinker to it, but you still get that really strongly colored. I mean, look at how awesome that is. And I don't really think that changed the consistency of it as well. So that's a good way to add some color. Let me go ahead and just put this here so you can kind of see. I mean, that is like some seriously strongly colored gel. Really cool. Another thing, by the way, look at what I did there. If you're doing mixed media and you want to have texture, put texture with your knife. Leave that texture there. I'm going to leave that and see if it will dry that way. I think it will. And then on a project where you have like is that focusing? When you have like a water or something, that's a cool way to add it. So anyway, just some little fun mixed media type of ideas. Let me grab this one. Will that dry back transparent? I don't know. That's actually a good point, because this does dry clear. So how does that dry with the color in it? I don't know. Again, my first time using this, so I don't know all the answers, but that's a very good question. We will find out when that dries, right? I'm thinking of more opaque pastes where I mean, I think there's still going to be some blue around, but whether it's going to be, I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm curious what it'll look like once it's dry. Another thing, when you're doing backgrounds for like a mixed media kind of project, you don't always necessarily want to do wall-to-wall coverage. It's fun to put it here and there on your project. There's some variation, which is what I did there. So that could be the fun start of something. That's a cool stencil too. I like that. That one was called something box. Let me look. Nope, that says basket. Where did I put the package for this one? Stained glass, no. I don't know what I just did with that. Cool Cubes, that's what it's called, Cool Cubes stencil. All right, I'm gonna clean up one more time real quick, and then we will look at some of the ones that we did earlier to see if they're dry yet. I can see there's still some white on the one that we were going to try putting foil on, so I can't do that yet. It has to be dried completely. So that may have to wait until next time. Yes, get messy. One thing that I've done that I like a lot is, even though I'm using these craft mats right now, set that aside for a second. This is butcher paper. I bought a roll of butcher paper on Amazon, and I like to put it down when I'm doing messy projects, especially if I'm doing acrylic paint and stuff. And then I, just some of it looks cool, and I'm like, okay, I might have to cut out a little piece of that to use in my project. But then it's also, something that I can just kind of wad up and toss out when I'm done if it's too messy. Like this one is super glittery and nasty, and I just went right onto it with this, which I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. My camera, have you guys had a decent picture right now? It looks really bad. I don't know, maybe it's can't focus on all this kind of white on white going on. All right, mostly clean. My desk is a huge mess now. Bye-bye, pattern. Okay, so let's see here. I have to remember what's what. I think this is what we did first. Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. Yeah, because I put yellow at the bottom of the one I dropped glitter on. So this is the first one where I mixed the glitter right into the paste. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's dry. Whether it's 100% dry throughout the thickness of it, I'm not sure, but I can definitely touch it. Feel the texture of that glitter, and that's really, really pretty. So this was the emerald and the foliage glitters mixed right into the gel, glossy gel. Now this is the next one we tried where I put the glitter on. This is one where I need to still kind of brush it off. So we'll try that too. But this is where I put the gel down through the stencil and then sprinkled the glitter on top rather than mixing it right in. Other than me needing to clean up some of the loose glitter that's not stuck to anything, I don't see a huge difference. I think maybe the pattern is kept tighter with this method because with this one, it looks thicker because you're getting glitter kind of almost outside the lines, if that makes sense. Because you sprinkled it on, it's kind of widening the look of it a little. So I'm going to go over my trash for a second and brush this off. Yeah, that cleaned right up. I use this brush, which is another thing at Pink and Main. Love it. But do you see the difference what I'm talking about, how one's thicker than the other? So the one that went right through the stencil kind of keeps the design tighter, more true to the stencil, where this one kind of puffed it out a little because the glitter is sitting on top of all of that and kind of goes outside the lines a little, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I love them both. They're beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. My eyes, I don't see much of a difference as far as maybe the one with the glitter on top is shimmerier, more shimmery. I think it is. I think it's more sparkly when it's on top rather than embedded in the glitter. This also could be that it's not 100% dry yet. And once it's completely dry, I'll see this looking just as shimmery. I'm not sure. But that's that. Okay. And then what else did we do? Of course, when I had all the stuff on the mat, I just put that down on top to see what we get. And so that's just a fun little beginning of something that I could use. It does have some shimmer that I'm not sure is coming up on my camera because it does have the glitter. So it is shiny, shimmery, glittery, I guess is the word I'm looking for. This is the basket weave that we did. This is not dry enough to really be able to tell because remember I inked on the top and then I didn't ink on the bottom. And then they both had the same gel mixed with orange glitter on top. And so this is still white and cloudy because it's not completely dry yet. So we need to wait on that to really be able to tell what's what. This is what I was just putting things down on as I cleaned. That also is not dry yet. I can see white cloudy in there still. So we'll have to wait until next Monday to see what's up with that. And then I also did just the plain gel medium, on black cardstock. And this one I'm going to do some foiling on top of once it's completely dry. It's not completely dry yet. You can see the white cloudiness in it. But doing just the glossy gel on black or any color cardstock is a cool tone-on-tone glossy look if you didn't want to foil on top of it. So you can kind of see that starting over here, how you just have like the tone-on-tone. So really cool. Love all of it. Feel very messy now. Yeah, it's good for die cutting shapes. Hi, Kathy. So I'm kind of winding it up now, I think. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool stuff. If you don't mind getting messy, this is what I was using, the gel, glossy gel. And then I forgot to put that in my overview, but that's the one that I mixed, not re-inker, just smushed down ink pad into the gel and use that for colored gel medium. So to be continued. All right, so that's it for today, I think. I'm going to have to wait until all this is dry. So I will save these and not finish the cards until next Monday when we have Mixed Media Monday again. I was going to show you guys my basket, right? So I guess I'll show you that. Hold on one second. I'm going to go back to my overhead and grab that. So disclaimer on this, these are not probably any Pink and Main in here. This is something I've had going on for a little while. Let me get these all back in safe places to dry. So this is what I keep near my desk. And they're just, like here, we were talking about the starting of something, just like this one. Here's one where it's like some something. I'll clean off a palette knife onto a piece. That's what happened here. Just different things that are miscellaneous backgrounds that I've started and haven't found a home for yet, but they're all in here and ready to go. This is when I did a class on doing bubbles. That was fun. Might have to do that again. Keep something like this nearby. See, on this one, I did die cut it to do something with it. And, even if you think a background looks like trash, put it in here because you never know what you might want to do with it eventually. And then you'll have it ready to go. I needed to do something with that one now because it's fall. So anyway, just look at this. I should have done this today. This is a different kind of paste, a glitter paste on acetate. Isn't that cool? Might have to do that after I get off the live just to see how that looks. But anyway, just wanted to show you. Keep a bin like that handy and put your backgrounds in it, and you just never know when they might come in handy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but all right, now I'll really say goodbye, and I'll see you again on Wednesday when we'll talk about the October release. So thank you for joining, and Caitlin is live tomorrow and Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern. Tune into her. She'll be using new products for October as well. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. It's always good to have somebody to chat with. All right, take care, everyone.